lucky!
What defines a broken video game weapon? A broken video game weapon is a weapon that can have massive impacts on your gameplay. Basically a weapon that can change the entire game. A great example of this is the golden gun from GoldenEye. A gun that can basically one-shot every single enemy. 9 out of 10 times, these weapons are always being stored in hidden places, such as with GoldenEye, the gun was hidden in a secret Egyptian level. I have played many games with these type of weapons, but none are as fascinating to me as the weapon I'm going to talk about right now. Recently, I started playing games that I wanted to check off my bucket list. One of these games was Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. I've never really been that interested in the Castlevania franchise, but this game always stuck out to me. Mainly because this game is labeled as a Metroidvania game, which I really enjoy. So a few months ago, I started a blind playthrough of this game, which I'm really glad I did because this is now one of my favorite games of all time. Now, it's no secret that you can find a lot of different weapons in this game, and lots of broken ones too, but none are as broken as the weapon I'm going to talk about right now, at least from my experience with the game. When I was doing my blind playthrough, there were a lot of veteran players coming into my Twitch chat. One of them pointed out that there were lots of broken weapons in the game that could make the game less difficult for starters, such as the shield rod, which can be found in the bottom corner of the Colosseum. You can pair this weapon up with a shield, and it will summon some sort of spirit that can unleash really powerful attacks. This item is heavily guarded in the room, there's a lot of enemies over there, but if you have the ability to turn into a bat, you can just fly straight over them and obtain the item that way. Best thing about this is that you can obtain this weapon fairly early into the game. Now, this item helped me through lots of tight situations. I pretty much used this for like 70% of my playthrough, until a chat member mentioned that there's an incredibly powerful weapon that can practically just break the entire game. But also that this was a late game item, so I wasn't ready for this yet. I first had to save Richter Belmont from the Dark Priest, Shaft, who has mind-controlled him and turned him evil. You also have the option to kill Richter Belmont in this fight, which will enable the bad ending, which happened to me at first, because I thought that was what I had to do. He got the bad ending. What? You can get a bad ending? You can get a bad ending? What have I done?
Mankind knows little but war and desperation. What other way of life did Belmont know? Farewell, homeland. I shall never see your beauty again.
How was I supposed to know? No! No! What I actually had to do was collect a gold and silver ring to open up a secret room in the central clock area, which allowed me to fight and talk to Maria, a friend of Richter Belmont. She asks me to save Richter Belmont and gives me holy glasses so I can see past the illusion Shaft put upon Richter. After actually saving Richter Belmont, you get access to the inverted castle. It is here where we can get access to the extremely broken weapon the chat member was talking about. Not long after exploring the inverted castle, you'll encounter a creature called Shmoo. This creature, like any other creatures, can drop things like money, hearts, and some specific items like Chinese ramen. Yeah, just let that sink in. And finally, the Crissaegrim. Now, it's the Crissaegrim that we want. That's the broken weapon the chat member was talking about. But here's the problem. In order to get this weapon, you need an insane amount of luck or an insane amount of patience, because the chances of it dropping is 1 out of 588. So it's usually recommended to go for luck-based items that increase your luck stats. Yes, this game has luck stats. You can increase your luck to get better drop rates. Otherwise, it might take you hours to get a hand of this weapon. Maybe not even at all. But here's the thing. I didn't do that. I went the difficult way. And the funniest thing is, it didn't even take me that long. I think it took me like 30 or 40 minutes of just grinding in order to get the item. And I didn't even enhance my luck stats. But then again, maybe this is normal. I am fairly new to this game, so take everything that I'm saying about the drop rates with a grain of salt. But I basically just kept reloading the room over and over and over and over and over and over again until I finally got it. I got it! I got it! Yes! And when I finally got my hands on the Crissaegrim, my god. This weapon basically just makes the game complete child's play. The damage of the weapon itself isn't that impressive, but the thing is, it slashes not once, not 2 times, not 3 times, but 4 times at once. With just one button press, you attack 4 times. But it gets crazier. You can freely move around while slashing, and this attack has no cooldown at all. You can just spam the square button, and you can just constantly keep doing this. This is a game changer. Did you have trouble before when rooms were crowded with enemies? Well, take the Crissaegrim and you can just slash away, and there's nothing or nobody that can stop you. The moment I started using this blade, I felt like I was cheating a little bit. This basically made the game so easy I didn't have to worry about anything anymore. And when I encountered my first boss in the inverted castle, Medusa, just guess how long it took me to beat her. Oh my god. She didn't even have time to attack. Yeah, you saw that correctly. 2 seconds. 2 freaking seconds. That's all it took to beat Medusa. It pretty much went like this for every single boss in the game. The next boss I encountered, the creature, was dead in about 10 seconds. The exact same goes for the boss that I would like to call the Fakers. The Ellicard doppelganger took me about 40 seconds, but that's because of his speed. He dashed at me pretty quickly and bashed me out of the way multiple times. So yeah, he was a little bit more difficult to deal with. Next up is the Dark Priest himself, Shaft. And he's kind of a pushover. I killed him in about 5 seconds. What?
Your beloved darkness awaits you. Dwell there for all eternity. I die victorious. When Dracula rises even now, let him purge the world in flames.
No way. That was true. That was like 2 hits. Oh no, don't tell me this is gonna be a cakewalk. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because this is kind of a boss rush. You'll fight Dracula right after this. So let's see how long he takes. This is the final boss, so this should be interesting. Is your true form capable of dodging this? Okay, it actually takes hits.
Go back to the abyss. The soul of my mother no more.
Ow! No! I broke the entire game from this moment I got that blade.
You'll never win without them. How poetic.
So yeah, like you just witnessed, that took about 15 seconds. So then that's it, right? This weapon just breaks the entire game, right? Well, there's one more boss I haven't mentioned. And I actually fought this one before the final boss. His name is Galamoth, and he resides in the floating catacombs. The first time you will encounter this boss, he will kick your ass faster than you can blink. This is the only boss I have died to after I obtained the Crissaegrim. His main source of attacking are giant balls of thunder, following up by a giant thunder strike that comes from his staff. Also, this guy is like the size of a tower, because he doesn't even fit on the screen. The only way I managed to beat him was to transform into a bat and land on a platform behind him, and then following that up by spamming the square button like my life depended on it. Luckily for me, Galamoth also doesn't like the Crissaegrim that much, because he got completely stunned when I started doing so. And after I beat him, I got rewarded with some extra health and a gas cloud. Nice. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that the Crissaegrim just changes the entire game, if not breaking it. Hey all. Post-edit Rick here. I just wanted to give you a huge thanks if you made it this far through the video. I know this is completely different from the content I usually upload, but I try to do different things. And I actually worked really hard on this video, so I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel, if you haven't already. My ultimate goal for this channel is to reach at least 100k subscribers. And I know I'm still like 90k away from that point, but I like a challenge and I say everything is possible. So with just one click on the subscribe button, you could help me reach that number. Also, if you want to see me play these games, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I actually respond a lot to chat messages, so we're gonna have a fun time. Alright, with all that out of the way, I hope you all have a damn good one, and I'll see you all in the next video.